Hi, and welcome to From His Perspective podcast with your host, Pernell Gates, and my brother, Lorenzo Reynolds. What's going on, my brother?
Man, doing well. How you doing today?
Good, man. The day is doing well today, my brother. Doing well today. So, we got an interesting topic today, guys. We are talking about what do you owe yourself? What do you owe yourself? My brother, when we came up with this topic, man, it's an interesting topic. What made you come up with this?
What do you owe yourself versus what you actually giving yourself or doing for
Mm,
yourself could be two separate things.
yeah.
I think if we ask that question, what do you owe yourself?
Mhm.
Sometimes it'll help you to set goals and to set a standard so that you can achieve those things. So I think it's a very important conversation to ask, what do I owe myself?
Right.
Sometimes, man, life will make us forget about our dreams, our goals, or even to put ourselves first with, being there
Mhm.
for so many other people. But in real life, we owe ourselves something amazing and we need to try our very best to make sure that
Mhm.
that come true. So I'm excited to have this conversation today.
Man, I'm excited also, man. I think what this conversation does is it forces us to make adjustments in our life and look at and kind of just look in the mirror, right?
Absolutely.
And so yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. What you got for me? What's our first question, my brother?
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about what you owe yourself? What do you owe yourself? What's one of the first thing that comes to your mind?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The first thing that comes to mind for me is um sometimes regret of what I didn't do for myself or past mistakes or what have you,
Okay.
and just looking at that and saying, how can I do better and how can I be better,
Hmm.
right? And so for me personally, in asking myself, what do you owe yourself to be better and to do better?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think for me, just thinking about it, what do I owe myself? I think that's what I owe myself,
Yeah.
to whatever false step I made to make the next step better. Same question to you, brother. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about what do you owe yourself?
The broad answer is I owe myself the very best version of myself.
Okay.
A broad answer.
Hmm.
But to break that down, I think it's so many small, intricate pieces that goes with you being the very best you.
Hmm.
So when I think about those intricate pieces, I think about knowledge.
Hmm.
You have to have knowledge to be the
Okay.
very best version of yourself. We
For,
perish from lack of knowledge. And if you don't have that knowledge, then you don't know the options that's available. I
okay.
think about health as far as physical health.
Hmm.
I owe it to myself to stay in shape and to take care of this temple for
Yeah.
as long as I can. I think about relationship. I think about financial opportunities, the jobs that I'm doing
Hmm.
to be my very best, and so to break those down into small departments and to tackle one at a time. And so
Okay.
for
All
me
right.
though, that knowledge is highly up there, brother.
Yeah,
I
I
think
can
it's so
appreciate that.
important to continue to grow in knowledge.
I can definitely appreciate that. And guys, I want to let you guys know he is a two-time college graduate. Now, that's why different words like intricate will be coming into the conversation, coming in and out the conversation.
Well, that's a simple word, but
He said that twice, so I'm just
if
letting
you
y'all
want to go there, then let's do it. Let's do that. Let's do that.
know.
Wow.
Uh, my brother, um, when it comes to what do you owe yourself,
Hmm.
um, is it something that you felt like you owed yourself in the past that you're trying to make up for now?
Yeah. I owe myself not to feel guilty of putting myself first.
Okay.
Having kids at an early age, having kids at an early age.
Hmm.
My daughter was born a week before I turned 21.
Okay.
And so taking on that fatherhood role, I've
Hmm.
always felt like your kids come before you.
Okay.
And then had my son, 4 years after she was born. So having two kids, I always felt like, hey, you don't put you first. but to a degree, you always supposed to put you first.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, when we're on the airplane, we all know this one. When it says first, put on your oxygen mask before assisting someone else with theirs. That's simply saying you have to take care of you first, because if you're only half of you or a third of you, or your health is only half of what it should be, or your knowledge is only a third of what it should be, then you can't be what someone else truly needs. You have to take care of you first. So I'm learning that in different areas. And it's the blessing is, I have one that's 21 years old and Lorenzo 17.
Okay.
So it's like I got one more year and I could really put myself first in other areas, but it's a balance that come with that. You can't overdo it one way or another, and so I just want to balance it out is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Is that 4-year gap the reason why she's your favorite? I'm just asking.
I've never said that.
Okay.
She's my favorite.
You act like it.
If you want to go there, she's my favorite daughter. He's my favorite son.
Okay, I'm just saying you act like
they both bring out different parts of me.
I'm joking. I'm glad listening.
They try to pull that every once in a while, and I say there's no favorite.
Well, that's why I feed into it. I'm like, okay.
They try that once in a while. So thank you for proving that you are my third child.
Okay, hey.
Just leave it at that.
What you got?
I don't want to pay child support though, because 52 years of child support is crazy.
Hey.
When it comes to what do you owe yourself, how do you balance out what do you do for others versus taking care of what you owe to yourself? How do you balance that out?
Brother, that was an excellent. Why did you ask me that question?
Because you got on a suit jacket that's pink and it just says that you go to bed with silk underwear on, but I ain't in nobody.
And he do.
Yeah,
bro,
sleeping in silk drawers is another
bro,
subject.
That was a great question, but I think I'm gonna say, and I know that's.
I don't know
That's
I'm
a
learning
tough one for me to balance that out. It's tough sometimes, bro. But I think that's the nature of this conversation is for us to get better and do better, because I think it's hard a lot of the times. As a man and as a protector, we want to protect first and self later, right? And I think that's for a lot of men is let me make sure everybody else eat, then I'll eat.
Yeah.
Let me make sure everybody else is this and then I'm this. And I think we find ourselves pointing a finger at other people that don't operate that way and feel like they're wrong, and they're not, because a lot of people say, oh, they selfish or they this or they that. No, they're being responsible for self. And that's what they're supposed to do. But because we're in a culture of give, we want to normalize nonsense sometimes. And I think sometimes it's not sensible that we're constantly giving or trying to help someone else, and we've earned the right to have the freedoms and the things that we have, but we don't take advantage of them a lot of the times. I don't want to be too winded, but even with you guys as parents, it comes a point in a time to where you have to back off and you have to say, okay, it's time for me to take care of me, and it's time for me to put me first. And I think when you do that, you show and you're teaching your kid at this point in time, you have to follow my lead, right? And do for you and take care of you. But when you have a responsibility, yes, you take care of that responsibility. But when it's time to cut it off, it's time to cut it off. Yep.
That's good, bro. When you was just bringing that up, that reminds me of the Eagles. When the eagle get a certain age, the mother stirs up the nest.
Okay.
And so I wanted to know what that meant, because I heard people, use that illustration that the mother stirs up the nest. And so when I researched it, I found out that a lot of the eagles, they make their nests with thorns, but in the inside of the nest, there's leaves that's covering up the thorns. And so the babies don't get poked because the thorns are covered. But when the babies get a certain age, she take the leaves out. So if that baby try to get back in that nest, is gonna get poked with that thorn, and it knows at that point in time, I can't no longer be in the nest. So it lines up. It fathers the mother or the father, and that's when they learn how to fly. And
Okay.
so there comes a time where you got to shake up the nest so that that child learns how to fly. Other than that, they'll always be dependent on you. So you just brought up some great points, man. So I wanted to just put that illustration in there.
Yeah. What you got, my brother?
When it comes to what do you owe yourself, what role does respect play in what do you owe yourself?
That's huge. I think first and foremost, that's what we owe ourselves. And I'm just going to say this: we have to act like it. And owing yourself respect, not letting on your job people talk to you any kind of way. When you get, it's just certain things that you say, okay, you know what, I have to respect myself enough, and then let other people know, right? This is what I demand is respect. And I think respecting yourself sometimes, it doesn't have to be disrespecting someone else, but it does have to be vocalizing yourself and letting people know, um, this is how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
I like that, bro, because it sets a standard.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about respect, one of the first thing that comes to my mind is that we are a gift. Both the man and the woman is a gift. I think both should feel like that you're a gift to whoever's around you.
Sure.
But I think you also should present yourself as a gift. And when I say that, a gift is covered. A gift is covered. It's usually wrapped. So that's your clothing. That's how you treat yourself. That's the energy that you release.
You didn't win somewhere. You didn't win somewhere. You didn't win somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? Not being available and vulnerable for everybody. If you present yourself as a gift, then it's amazing. It makes people appreciate you the more. But if you're accessible to everybody, if everybody know what Miss Cookie look like because you wearing tight clothes,
I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
Yeah, you know what Miss Cookie is. They're showing off Miss Cookie, or if you showing off your titties instead of covering up your breasts.
I know what that is, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, in all seriousness, to me, it's a difference between showing your titties and covering up your breasts. Breasts are meant to be covered, and when you get home, they could be for your titties, and even it could be your titties could be for your husband. And
I'm glad we got editors at this point.
Yeah. I'm not married, but I can go into the future and speak when I am. I want my wife to. I want you to cover your breasts in the public, but when you get home, show me your titties.
Yeah, this be the one last week to hear me the host of It ain't even our podcast no more. It's my podcast.
And yes, I just graduated with a biblical studies degree. But you know.
We see what that education gets you.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
man! But it's such an amazing topic. What do you owe yourself? And, what you got for me, sir?
My brother, when it comes to working in your job, what do you owe yourself when it comes to choosing where you'll work and how you'll work?
That's good. That's a great question, brother.
I was gonna say, I think that's
very
brother,
important. For me, I look at people who are unhappy with their jobs, right? And so this thing called peace is very important. Peace is a fruit of the spirit. And so you need to work a job that's going to give you some kind of peace. If you hate your job, I think it's going to change your overall consonance. Your consonance will fall because you can hate the work that you do. that's not only biblical, but it's in real life. You get people and they become cold-hearted because they're in a environment full of cold-hearted people. And so your work, you spending so many hours, it can affect your life in so many ways. I was around somebody and they were just cussing like a sailor. And so when the opportunity came up to ask that question, like, why do you cuss so much? They was like, well, I work at the plant, so that's what we do.
Mhm.
And I didn't cuss in the beginning, but I've been around them so long to now I've taken on that behavior, and now it just feels natural to me to just cuss. I'm talking about MF bombs, and it was just like, wow, you'll forget that you talking to a female. And so, but not only that, just piece all together. I see certain people that are so stressed out, and so if I could work a job that pay me a little less money, but I can keep my peace, I'd rather make less money and keep my peace than to make more money but be stressed out constantly. So
Mhm.
I look at that, and I also look at a job where I can showcase both my natural talents and my spiritual gifts. You have to know that you have them, and you owe it to yourself to have a job where you could do both. Let me show you my natural talents. Let me show you my spiritual gifts
Mhm.
instead of being limited. I think there's some jobs that just limit you a little too much.
Okay. Okay. What you got, my brother?
When it comes to what do you owe yourself, what's something that you promised yourself in your younger years that you have not achieved yet, and you feel like you have to, like you owe it to yourself? Is there anything?
Bro, um, I'm gonna say time and age changed everything, and then even
Mm-hmm.
um, different things that I wanted in life. Um, it changes. Um, right now, um, I owe myself to spend as much time with my wife as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I owe myself that, and I owe us that. I owe myself to be um, the best Purnell I can be, mentally, spiritually, and financially,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so right now, my purpose in life is um, what make me happy, and what makes me happy is Vanetta.
Mm-hmm.
And so I owe myself to put myself in the best position possible so we can travel, love on each other, and do whatever we need to do. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I've never even said this out loud. I've never seen or felt love, even from my mom, like I have from this woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've never witnessed a woman love a man like this,
Yeah.
right? And so it transforms you.
Mm-hmm.
It transforms you. The humbleness, the meekness, the kindness. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so um, when we're talking about this, what do you owe yourself? I owe myself to be the best me I can, so I can continue this favor that this woman is giving me.
Mm-hmm. That's a powerful statement, bro.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes that
Mhm.
there's a huge difference in the love you receive from your mother versus the love you receive from your wife. It can't be compared. You know, it'd be really weird if your mom was doing some of the stuff that your wife could do. Like that'd be weird, but we've seen that on certain movies. But it's quite
You
interesting.
know, we need just a hand that'll come in and smack you.
Yeah, we've seen that. It was a long time ago, but some guy was dating his mom in the movie, and it was real weird. I can't
You
remember.
know, Renz, I made that statement because the only love a lot of people know is a mother's love.
Hmm.
And the ultimate love that a lot of people know and see is a mother's love.
Hmm.
And that statement, and I hear and I see that a lot. And then a lot of people, mom, that's gone, they don't even give themselves the opportunity to witness what I have. Or
And I'm
to
glad you said that, bro, because as a single man,
Mhm.
I truly believe in my heart that I owe it to myself to
Yeah,
feel that kind of love.
yeah.
And I wouldn't dare be ignorant enough to say that it's the same, that a single woman or an unmarried woman, I'm sorry, can give you the same love as a married woman. I don't think that it's the same. I
Mhm.
felt love in relationships, but I don't think it could be compared to the love that's inside of the union, the covenant of marriage. So
Right.
I wouldn't even dare, you know what I'm saying, compare the two, because I think that there's no comparison. But some people feel as though they can, and some people feel as though they don't need a wife. And I've heard single men say that I don't
Mhm.
need that. And so if you feel like you don't owe something to yourself, then it's going to be in your behavior, it's going to be in your actions, and you know it's your mindset. So eventually that's what's going to sweat out your pores.
Right.
It's singleness, and I don't need this. And so why would God give you something that you feel like you don't deserve or want, or owe it to yourself to truly want that
Mhm.
unconditional love, if it's such thing?
Mhm.
Yeah, bro. So that's definitely an interesting thought process within itself.
Brother, let me ask you, what do you feel you owe yourself and why when it comes to physical fitness?
I feel like when it comes to being my very best, I know when I'm my very best. I'm in my very best state when everything is flowing. We
Okay.
reach flow. So it's a difference between I'm just doing it to maintain versus
Mhm.
I'm giving my all and I'm going to flow. It's a different kind of energy that a person feel when they give it they all. When you give something your all, that energy is everything. And so my belief on the law of attraction is what you put out comes back to you.
Mhm.
Plain and simple.
Okay.
If you want scripture to be not deceived, for God is not mocked, for as a man soweth, that he shall also reap.
Yeah.
What goes out comes right back.
Mhm.
In the Quran, it says, woe unto him who gives little, expecting much in return. Two different religions,
Mhm.
but they coming up with the same thought process of what you put out comes back. So when it comes to physical fitness, I feel like when you're functioning on those high levels,
Mhm.
everything gonna be on that high level.
Mhm.
Because my fitness is on that high level, now my thought process is on that high level. I'm vibrating high. And because I'm vibrating high, now I'm gonna attract something that's high.
Mhm.
A person that's in shape not usually not going to attract a person that don't value their body. And
Mhm.
valuing your body and having a flawless body is two separate things. I don't try to go for a flawless body. I'm gonna eat my cheeseburger sometime and reward myself,
Right.
but I also, you know what I'm saying, want and attract a person that value their body as well. Again, if we're a gift, you don't just throw no gift up. So I want my wife, when she kiss Mr. One Kiss Away, I want her to feel like my lips are a gift. When she put her arms around me, I want her to feel my back muscles and feel like this is a gift because he took care of it. I want her to feel like everything is a gift. So again, how are you presenting that gift?
Mhm. What you got, my brother?
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
It was all right.
Oh my God. So when it comes to what do you owe yourself,
Yes, sir.
how do you feel like what you're owing yourself and what you're giving yourself, how do you feel like that affect others around you?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. I think sometime this is tough for me to say, kind of, but sometime I think you can't care, right? And I say that because
Can't care about what? What you mean?
others around you, because um, when you owe yourself, right? Um, you don't you don't necessarily you have to be selfish, right? And I think certain things that I owe myself because if I'm worried about the people around me, and I think that's the biggest problem with this conversation, right? Is a lot of people owe themselves, but uh, don't pay themselves because they're paying too much attention to how everybody else feel, and then they neglect themselves. And I think the biggest lesson in this conversation, or biggest part in this conversation, is saying, at this point, it's about me, right? And so, and that's why I really pause, because I don't want to seem like I don't care about other people's feelings, but it comes a point in time where you can't, and you have to focus on you.
Yeah, and I get all that, but that wasn't what I asked. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to delete everything you just said. And my name is Pernell Maurice right now. And so
Okay.
no, don't interrupt me. Don't do
Okay, go ahead.
So, my name is Pernell Maurice, guys.
Okay.
When I take care of what I owe myself, my niece Harper get the benefit from it.
Mhm.
My aunties get the benefit from it and take these trips, because when I work hard and when I'm flowing the way that I'm flowing, guys, when I'm on my moving truck and I'm doing these moves,
Okay.
I'm strategizing, guys, it's not just for me. So it's me taking care of me and securing the bag, but I share my bag with so many people.
Right. The way you put
my name is Pernell. Stop interrupting me, Lorenzo.
Go ahead, Pernell. Go ahead, Pernell.
Okay, thank you. So me taking care of me and me securing this bag is so that others can feed off of it.
Okay.
And so every once in a while, I think I'm being selfish, but I don't really know how, because I'm sharing even when I don't want to. And, anybody can stay with me. And so
except for Lorenzo.
Sometimes I don't even ask my wife. I just tell my wife, this person is coming to stay over for a month.
Except for Lorenzo, he's banned at this point.
Again, I didn't like your answer, so I just jumped into your mind for a minute. So, but in all seriousness, brother, so many people benefit from you taking care of yourself, and I want you to take care of yourself even the more. Sometimes, whatever it is, that vacation, that pedicure, getting them old hands with lotion and Vaseline, whatever it is, take care of yourself. I did something just the other day, brother. I graduated from 2 different colleges, and I said, I'm giving myself 2 different gifts. And so I got one was a bike. I got me a bike, and you could paddle, but it's got a motor on there too, so I could put the motor part on and have a little fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Then I'm buying myself another suit. So a bike and a suit is 2 gifts that I'm giving to myself, because I owe it to me. And there's so many things that we owe to ourselves, brother.
Absolutely.
So my next question for you, bro, when it comes to the trips that we put on, the events that we host, what role does what do you owe to yourself? How does that play in what role does that play in people going on trips?
Repeat that question again, because you be asking questions that
I don't like your answer. I'm jumping in your body again.
Repeat the question.
So what do you owe yourself when it comes to the trips and the vacations that we put on? How does those 2 correspond? How do they interact? What do you owe yourself in the trips that we
bro, I'm gonna say I understand what you're asking, but you owe yourself to go out and have a good time, to really enjoy yourself, to say I do all this for someone else, and to pay yourself sometime, and to have peace. The vacations and the trips that we have allows people to pay themselves, allows people to say, you know what, this is for nobody else but me. I'm going to go, I'm going to be with like-minded people and be able to have a good time and just relax and enjoy. And that's one of the main reasons why we came up with doing the trips, because we had so many single people and so many people from the podcast that we wanted to interact with. But I said, you know what? The first trip we did was in Detroit. It was a local trip. And I said, you know what? let's do a trip out the country. And the first place we went was Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
Rans, when I say it, I'm just being real, and I get the emotions again. Um,
I might have some tissue over here.
Thank you. It literally brought us to tears on that beach when we're all the support, the love, everything that everybody gave, and us just talking and us doing this podcast and saying this is a podcast family.
Yeah.
And we act like it, we mean it, and we're everybody brother. And loving yourself is sometimes being able to love family, even extended family.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing my mom, I praise her for teaching me, is definitely take care of self, but take care of others, because how you're going to feel with taking care of others is kind of taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
I believe that, bro, and I believe that the podcast is an extension of your mother's love. It's
I
your
know it
mother's
is, brother.
love. It's
know
your mother's love in action,
Yeah.
and so it's a beautiful thing when you look at it from that perspective. And when you think about what do you owe yourself, people owe themselves an opportunity to reset, to be among adults that aren't about arguing and strife and tension, but coming together and encouraging you. What we got to do? We need to pray. Let's pray about it. What we need to do? We need to do a physical workout. Let's relieve that stress that way. What do we need to do? We need to talk about it. Whatever need that there is, we try our best to supply that answer and to be that solution. And so I'm thankful for the community of the podcast. We have some amazing people. They have groups and conversations that include us, and they have some that exclude us amongst them. And I know that some talk about you. And one time I got on there and I read the message that they were saying about you, and I was like, guys, y'all forgot 2 or 3 things. When y'all talk about him, make sure y'all add this, that.
You know what? I'm going to get some
the leader has to be able to take stones being thrown at him.
I'm gonna get a drum set. Boom, boom, boom. Every time.
It's go time, baby.
You're a comedian. You ain't even a podcaster.
I'm just shy, Mr. Lorenzo, trying to navigate himself through the complexities of life and come up with a successful solution that will require us to love each other and continue.
Bro, when this thing, what do you owe yourself? Bro, what do you feel like you owe yourself financially? What do you owe yourself?
I owe myself financial freedom. And what I mean by financial freedom, I don't want to put a dollar amount on there, but I do know this, and I believe that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we're going to speak certain things into existence.
Right.
I know that there will be at least 3 6-figure incomes coming my way real soon. I know it. I feel it. But it's not about the amount that happens. It's about you being able to sow seed. I have some ideas that I'm going to do with the youth, and it requires money. So because that it requires money, and God didn't make me out to be a beggar, he made me to be the head and not tail, above and not beneath, the lender and not the borrower. Right. You're not going to have to go to nobody and borrow this money. But one of the ideas I have is to take 50 to 100 kids from my city down to a land that's prosperous, the Atlanta, Georgia area. Let's go and let's do college visits. And then after those college visits, we're going to go around and see how these African-American businesses are thriving. And then for the fitness part, we're going up Stone Mountain. And so it takes money for that to happen. And that means that I have to put myself in position to receive so that I can give. God said in his word that he gives seed to the sower. And so finances have to be where it's flowing through me, not for me to keep it all, not for me to buy fur coats and dance and say, take that, take that, take that. But for me to give that seed to somebody who can use it, these charities and these shelters and different churches. If I had $1 million right now, I wouldn't tie $1 million into one church. I would spread it abroad between the different places and people, and especially our youth, because our youth are the future.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about finances, brother.
You know, I think this thing, what do you owe yourself? Brother, I think more than anything, I owe myself the opportunity to be better.
What does that mean to you? The opportunity to be better?
It means to not have a closed mind. Because
that's it right there.
Because I think opportunities run by when we know everything, right? And opportunities when we feel like we know it, or this is it and this is it. When we open ourselves up for the possibility, you know, a buddy of mine introduced me to my wife. I was like, no, I'm good, bro. It was this. And then I thought about it. I said, just give it a shot. All right, I don't mind meeting her. But if I would have had a closed mind in that meeting, my life wouldn't be what it is.
Wow.
And I say that because it's so many people out here closing doors and closing opportunities, and they don't realize this whole conversation of what we talk about, what do you owe yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You just closed the door to the possibilities of what you could have. And it's a simple thing.
Simple.
It's kindness. It's, I'm open for this. I'm open for this. A lot of times you're saying no. Why? Because you don't give yourself the opportunity to
because it's something that's unfamiliar to you. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's new. So a lot of times people say new because it's not the way that you expected for it to happen. I can't, bro. You just said so much fire, bro. I cannot wait to say exactly what you said at church. I'm gonna say it at church.
Please don't steal my stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait. You'll go there that much anyway. So the church family ain't gonna know. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna say, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you keep your mind open, brothers and sisters. A closed mind is like a closed hand. You can't receive the blessings from the Lord because you don't put your hands when you talk, and you got feelings with it.
Now, I keep my hands where they're supposed to be.
I'm gonna tell the people, open your hands so that you can carry the blessing that God has for you. Closed hands can't hug, closed hands can't receive. Only thing closed hands could do is fight. And God don't want you fighting when it's time to love. I'm gonna be so dramatic with it,
bro. Friends, I owe myself, and I'm gonna say this is the ultimate thing that I owe myself. I owe myself the opportunity that when I die, that my people understand who I am and that I love them. Mm-hmm. I owe that to me. And so think about it. When it's all said and done, what are people thinking about you and how do they feel? Right? And I owe myself that to say, I treated this person like this. I was this, I was this, I was this. And so when it's all said and done, you owe yourself a fair opportunity for people to judge you. And what are they going to say?
That's it. That's it, bro. I'm going to hit it with my final thought. My final thought is what you just said. If I had to put everything together, I would just simply say you owe it to yourself to leave a legacy. You owe it to yourself to leave a legacy. that's my final words. I don't, you you signed, sealed, and delivered it, brother. You owe it to yourself. And I agree with another thing that you said earlier, that we owe it to ourselves to be the very best us. It was like 2 or 3 things. I wanted to repeat them to show you that I'm a better active listener than you are. And so if I could repeat 2 or 3 things that you said, but you can't do it.
Okay, tell me what they were.
It just means that I'm better active listener.
Tell me what they were.
I just told you 2.
Okay, right. What are they?
I just told you 2. When the brother
I said what
in the beginning, you said, guys, it's so very
see how he scratch his head, y'all.
That's just because, the Lord got some other things on my mind.
Okay. Amen.
Man,
guys,
conversation, man.
We love, and appreciate.
You said that it continues to change with age and maturity. I definitely believe that. What do you owe yourself continues to change, because we thought back then it was one thing, but now that we mature, we learned that it's something totally different.
I like it.
But you said quite a few things, brother. You was on fire. I think this is a fire topic. I enjoyed this conversation, and I know that our people will benefit from it. So we win all the way around.
Guys, I want to close with this. What do you owe yourself? First and foremost, self-respect. You owe yourself self-respect. You have to make sure nobody else is going to respect you if you don't respect you, first and foremost. And you owe yourself that. You owe yourself the opportunity of stop shutting doors and not giving yourself the opportunity to be better. The opportunity. So many, I heard a story that God has a bag of blessings for you, and they just store it away and go by because, again, we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to receive them.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we're missing out on so much as far as life. These trips that we do, we're asking people to go and asking different things. Asking different people to go. I was telling people, I said, guys, this time, bring someone, ask a friend or bring someone on the trip. I'm saying that for a reason. I'm not saying that for us. I'm saying that for you, and I'm saying that for them. Do you understand the blessing that was given to you? You need to give to somebody else. The opportunity that we gave to you guys and say, guys, you guys come on this trip. And how do y'all feel on these trips? And some of y'all come constantly on every trip. Are you giving that opportunity to somebody else? We have payment plans and all this other stuff for a reason. And it's not, and we try to be as fair as possible when it comes to the price. My thing is, give yourself and your loved one the opportunity to see and feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And give them the opportunity to love themselves. And that's all I got to say.
Wow. To see and feel what you feel.
Yeah. Guys, thank you. For those of you guys that are interested in going on the trip, go to FromHisPerspectivePodcast.com, and register. We are going to Cancun, Mexico. The last time we were in Cancun, we had to bail my brother Lorenzo out because he acted a fool. And I'm bringing by money this time. If he say he jumping off the bridge or jumping off the boat again, I'm gonna let him do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that God don't hold a record. Bring up stuff and throw it back at us.
Oh my God.
Especially stuff that ain't true. But
when I say, and I'm gonna say this, what we have planned this time, and then knowing where we're going. Um, our theme this year is faith, and if we don't have faith, we don't have anything. And so our theme this year, have the faith and just believe that, um, you're going to see whatever you're going through, and let's get that done. And let's get that done. And I'm glad he left. Go to sleep, please. But our theme this year is faith. And guys, I have faith in you guys. I want you guys to have faith in yourself. And like I said, we're going to Cancun. We're going to turn up. We are 100% going to turn up. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From hisperspectivepodcast.com. And we out of here. Love you guys.